A recent report by the Brennan Center for Justice articulated the impact that mass incarceration of black and Latino men in this country, vis-a-vis whether it's made us safer. And the reality is that it has not made us an iota safer. In fact, there's diminishing returns. However, within that report, they discuss other issues and other techniques that, in fact, have made us safer. When you talk about things like broken window, the death penalty, none of that makes us safe. None of that has any measurable, tangible impact on safety. However, one thing that does make us safer is when you decrease the rate of recidivism in our prisons. And the most effective way of doing that is when people who are formerly incarcerated are able to get gainful employment. Now, we know that the state does not permit discrimination for employment for people that were previously incarcerated. And there is a law on the books, Article 23, that is supposed to remedy that problem. According to that bill, to that law, there are two exceptions where you can prohibit someone from getting employment that was previously incarcerated. The law says that the two exceptions are that a person's past criminal record must have a direct bearing on his or her fitness or ability to perform a job, or that the person must pose a safety risk to the public. The problem that we have is that, as written, the law is very vague, and it has not created a situation where people that were previously convicted, that were incarcerated, that do not pose a significant threat to our safety, and whose prior conviction has nothing to do with the job that they're applying for, it's not working for many people. The court is filled with Article 78 cases of people which this law was supposed to protect have had to resort to Article 78 proceedings to enforce the law. What this bill is doing is solidifying and providing a clearer path to individuals so that people that were previously convicted can become gainfully employed, and our rate of recidivism will decrease. Now, members on the other aisle, and rightfully so, rail against vague statutes. Vague statutes. Also, members on the other side underscore their desire to have smaller government, less taxes, less expenses, and one surefire way of accomplishing this when it comes to incarceration is by cleaning up the law so that you remove the vagueness and you create a law that in fact targets the problem. And so this is what this bill is attempting to do.